Hello, my friends. It's Jules Caldwell coming to you again for another conversation, this time with one of the amazing speakers for the upcoming Ignite Women's Conference taking place on Saturday, October 5th, here in Ottawa. Really excited to introduce to you Suzan Hart, Mindset Mastery Mentor. Suzan, welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I cannot believe, Jules, that we are already back.
Yes.
Felt like we just did an Ignite.
It felt like we just did an Ignite, and I was looking at my little countdown. I have a countdown on my website at countryjewel.ca, and it's 17 days, 12 hours, and 55 minutes and 22 seconds away.
Oh my gosh, a lot can happen in that time.
A lot can happen in that time. Absolutely. And so the reason I wanted us to come together for my friends who are following us and joining us here, I really wanted to take the opportunity to introduce everybody to Suzan. She's one of the three other speakers in addition to myself at the Ignite Women's Conference. And I'm always excited about Suzan's session because she is a mindset mastery mentor. And I think as I have had so many different conversations with women over the years, one of the things that seems to be a common denominator for many of us is our struggle with our mindset, the story that we tell ourselves about what we can or can't do. And the answer is yes, whatever we say we can or can't do is actually the way it plays out. And so Suzan comes into the Ignite conference really to help us reframe that story that we're telling ourselves. And you just bring such brilliance to that conversation, Suzan.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I think, for me, my journey through mindset to this place where I call myself the Mindset Mastery Mentor had to do with my own journey.
Yeah.
And like many of the women in the room, I had conversations that were running me, conversations that were running in the background that I had actually no clue that was going on. And for anyone listening, I kept wondering, well, why do I keep ending up in this place?
Mm-hmm.
Why does this always happen? Or why is this not working? And when they say what you focus on, you find.
Yep.
I was finding exactly what I was focusing on, and I didn't like it. And so it was really around, okay, how do I shift this? How do I change this conversation?
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, it's something that I think it sounds so obvious. And when like you said it so plainly, but there are these moments like where we just get caught up. And I think a lot of the things that are in our mind have become habits, in the stories that we tell ourselves over the years, and we just get used to the story. And one of the things I loved about working with you when I was in a place of really focusing on my mindset, which is, by the way, an everyday occasion for me now, but one of the things I loved about that was you were able to help me shift that story, and to stop with the repeated patterns and cycles of what I was thinking and feeling and telling myself consciously and often subconsciously as well, in terms of my actions and my behaviors. And it's those little shifts that are so powerful when we're trying to make change in our life.
For sure. And think of the stories that we tell ourselves stem from our beliefs. They stem from past experiences. They stem from our family of origin, our culture, all these different things. So they occur like air.
Yeah.
Air is there. We need it.
Yep.
But we don't see it, although we depend on it.
Yeah.
And our stories are very similar. They've been there all of our life. We don't see them because they are invisible, just like air, and we count on them. And I think the thing that's really interesting about stories and the way I frame it in mindset is those stories have gotten us to where we are now. It's not about good or bad. It's about changing the narrative so you can get to the next place.
Yes.
Because some of the stories have served us.
Yeah.
However, we're now growing, expanding, becoming more, going to a higher level. And we're bumping into a story that has worked. And then suddenly it's like, okay, why is it not working? Well, you're going to a new place, you're shifting your identity, and it doesn't line up.
Yes. I love something that everything you said was awesome. But one of the things you just said was, was about when we want to get to the next place, we need to make that shift. And I think, the Ignite Women's Conference has been designed to be a place for women who are at what I call standing at a crossroad, a place of transition in their life where
Mhm.
something's stirring and they know something needs to change. And often, what keeps us from moving forward in that change is not being open to what's next, or not being open to changing the story that we tell ourselves about how to do that. So I love that you're using that language of getting to this next place. It does require a shift, and yes, it could be scary, but it's also very exciting to be able to see the changes that come just little bits at a time, even sometimes.
And one of the interesting things about what you just said is, yes, it could be scary. It's not, it could be, it's more than likely
Yes.
scary.
Yeah.
And I remind myself all the time that when things get scary, it's often because I'm moving in the right direction.
Yes.
And that direction has put me or pressed me up against the edge of who I know myself to be. And to
Hmm.
get to the next place where I want to go, I have got to expand my identity, who I know myself to be. And because
Hmm.
I don't know who she is yet,
Hmm.
it's scary because I'm like, can she do it? What does she look like? What
Yeah.
about the stuff she doesn't know? All these things are running through my mind. It's when I step beyond what I know
Hmm.
into this unknown that I find her,
Yes.
that next best level of myself. So scary is perfect. Scary is good
Yeah.
because scary is often expansion.
Yes.
And um, and the journey is magnificent if we surrender to it. And
Yeah.
it's not scary like I'm not safe.
Hmm.
Scary as in I don't know.
Yes, it's change, right? And we get comfortable sometimes, and I always use the expression comfortable in the uncomfortable. I was in a place in my life when we connected where I was comfortable in the uncomfortable, and that actually was scary for me to shift out of that because I had gotten so used to the things that I didn't like, but it just seemed easier to stay with what I knew than to embrace what could be. And I love you said expand my identity and to find her, like who am I supposed to be? And that is literally the experience you and I had together when we were working together. And so I love that you're talking about this. And my friends, if you're considering coming to the Ignite Women's Conference, it really is an opportunity for you to step back for the day and we very intentionally created what I would like to call a safe and comfortable space where you can come together with other like-minded women who are maybe walking different paths, but in the same place in terms of transition and transformation. And maybe feeling a bit scared, but ready for what comes next. And when you come together at Ignite, it's this place for you to be able to acknowledge the things that you're maybe afraid to vocalize, to put in writing, to make it come to life. And it's also about helping you figure out the story that you need to tell yourself so you can find her. I love that you said that. I want
Mhm.
everybody who comes to Ignite to find themselves, that next version of who you're going to be at this point in your life. I love that.
And she's in there.
Yes.
She's in there.
Yeah.
And it takes those special moments, those challenging moments for her, I believe,
Yeah.
to emerge. I think the other thing about that's beautiful about the Ignite conference is I know, and I know you can identify with this, when you're in that place of uncomfortably uncomfortable,
Mhm.
feeling stuck, feeling like nothing's going your way, there's kind of like this feeling of it's only me.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just me. Everybody else around me seems like life is perfect. They're going on, they're doing all these big things. And then there's me. However, when we create a safe environment for people to begin to have conversations, what happens is we begin to see our commonalities.
Yes.
And you begin to realize, oh, I'm not the only one struggling with this change. I'm not the only one at a crossroads. I'm not the only one who's saying, I've come to this place in my life and I don't want this anymore. I want something else. It's a room of people, a room of women,
Yeah.
all kind of saying the same thing. That is validating
Yes.
And I believe, Jules, what you've done is allowed a space where we can facilitate solutions. We
Yeah.
can brainstorm together. You know, those small roundtable discussions where people get to talk about their pain, their struggles, their frustrations, and talk amongst each other. It's that mini mastermind that allows
Yes.
beautiful solutions to be birthed. And if nothing else, you leave feeling validated.
Yeah.
I am not alone, but I'm on the right track.
Yeah. I have to say, after the spring conference, which flew by, and it was like we were saying, I can't believe we're already at the fall conference. It was really powerful, and it's powerful in every conference, but the community of women and how they've journeyed together and still supporting each other. And, I'm seeing texts coming back and forth from people, and we've got like a great community chat going on, and there's just so much support and collaboration and this sense of I'm not alone in the journey, as you say. And that's so valuable in and of itself because often the stories we tell ourselves, and I say this as somebody who's exceptionally guilty of it and recovering from it, is that we're alone, we're special, we're unique. Well, yes, we are special and we are unique, but we're not alone.
No.
And the moment we know that there's a place where others are along that same path and who have been where we are and can help guide us to that next level, as you say, so powerful and so enriching for those who attend.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think the piece that's beautiful is the one thing about community when it comes together for a day, you make your connections.
Yeah.
And I know I'm still walking with women
Yeah.
who started the journey on their first Ignite.
5 ignites ago. Yeah.
And it has been such a gift for me
Yeah.
to witness the growth and transformation and the building of belief, the expansion of ideas, the new creations, the shifting of identity. It is just a beautiful thing to watch. And it started with a yes,
Yeah.
in terms of, yes, I'm going to be in the room,
Yes.
and just having the courage to show up that day and say, I'm here. And for some people, I don't know why I'm here.
Yep.
Here, some people coming and going, I clearly know why I'm here. Some people are like, my friend told me to be here. I am here. And that created the transformation.
Yep. Yep. Just saying yes.
Yeah.
Just saying yes. So, Suzanne, I don't want to give away all the juiciness of what you're going to cover and talk to us about at the upcoming conference on October 5th. But if there was one piece of wisdom or advice you had for women who might be watching this and who are sitting on the fence about whether or not they should come, what would you share with them about it?
Well, I think, just to create some curiosity, if you will, if you're in a place where you are in a conversation
Mm.
with yourself, whatever that looks like,
Hmm.
and you're saying, I am tired of having this conversation. I am tired of being in this place. I am tired of standing here and I've been here for so long. I am
Yeah.
just tired of the environment, the feeling, the conversations that's happening. What if you could, in a day,
Hmm.
begin the process of shifting that narrative?
Yeah.
Like, what if you would leave the room with a new conversation that is going to move you in a new direction? That's what I'm up to that day.
Hmm.
We're going to shift stories. We're going to shift conversations. We're going to write a new narrative. And I tell people, we are meaning making machines. We make stories up minute by minute, day by day. Something happens. We create a story.
Yep.
What if, since you made it up, what if you are guided to make up a new one? One that could empower you, excite you, and
Yeah.
have you leave the room passionate and on purpose.
Mm. Oh, so my friends, I mean, did you hear that? How can you imagine going to an event and leaving the room feeling passionate and having purpose about where you want to go and what you want to do next? That is what happens at the end of an Ignite conference when you come together and you allow yourself to say yes and to be open to the experience. you just open the doors for what comes next, and it's just such a beautiful experience. And so I hope you consider joining us Saturday, October 5th, 17 days away from now. It's just around the corner. There's still some seats available. It's $149 for the day, and actually that's a great price for what our our attendees are getting, in terms of, obviously, we've got some snacks and refreshments and we have lunch, but the juiciness, the meatiness of this is some of these nuggets of wisdom that we've just heard Suzanne talk about in terms of mindset. We talk about wellness and how at the core, if we're not taking care of ourselves, we can't take care of others. And so how to put ourselves first in that journey. And then also love the balance of, play and wealth, and how those two play off of each other and help us to get to where we want to go and have fun doing what we're doing. And of course, one of the things that I love about the day as well is it's about taking action. So come, have a conversation, open your mind up and your heart to what could happen, and leave with a bit of a plan for what's next for you and a community of people that can journey with you on that plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, I encourage everybody who's interested in learning more to visit countryjewel.ca. The website is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. $149, 4 amazing speakers, a power-packed day that could change your life and bring passion and purpose to where you're at right now. I hope you'll consider joining us. Suzanne, thank you so much for your time tonight. Can't wait, as always, to have you speak at the conference in just a couple of weeks. And thank you for joining us here tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm excited to be in that room, Jill. So,
Yeah. Are you feeling ignited to be in the room?
oh, I am definitely feeling ignited, and I know I'm going to leave even more ignited. So, hey.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. All right, my friends, and living and loving the life we're meant to live. I hope you have a spectacular rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you at the Ignite Women's Conference on Saturday, October 5th here in Ottawa. See you then.